What's up, peoples? It's Gendo here, and welcome back to another Chicago Fire vlog, where today the Chicago Fire are going to be taking on Nycfc, and what is going to really come down to it as major playoff implications, because we got 3 games left to go in the season, and we need to win all 3 of those matches. We're taking on NYC, of course, today. In 2 weeks' time, we'll be taking on Philadelphia Union, and then the final match a week after that at Houston Dynamo. Now, like I said, we need to pull 9 points out of all of these if we want to have a sniff of getting a first round bye in the MLS Cup playoffs. So, by the way, yeah, Chicago Fire have made the playoffs for the first time since 2012. It's been a long time coming, and I'm very, very happy that they were able to make the playoffs in the first year of doing these vlogs. But that's beside the point. We need to get all 9 points if we want to have a chance to get that first round bye, be the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. If we don't, more than likely we're going to be either 3rd or 4th seed. As it stands right now, Atlanta is really shooting up the ranks. They could potentially be a 3rd seed. If we're a 4th seed, though, we will be getting a home tie in the wild card match, which in a one-off match like that, it's very, very vital that we get the home playoff tie then to go into the conference semifinals. But like I said, against NYCFC today, they did get the better of us in the very first meeting back in July, where I think we got a little lucky with a goal versus them, but in the end, they beat us by the score of either 2-1 or 3-1. I can't remember. But flipping the script now here, it's in Chicago, and we also have one of our field generals coming back off of injury. Bastian Schweinsteiger is back, and hopefully with his experience and with his prowess, his knowledge on the field, we can come away with a victory here, or at least keep it close. He was out with injury for the last 5 matches, and yes, while we only have lost one of those matches, we still needed his presence. And now that we have him, we're going to have a very full squad, of course, especially in the midfield, where we're going to have Bastion, Dax McCarty, and quite possibly Michael DeLue, or throwing in Juninho in there. I don't know at this point in time, but it all remains to be seen what the lineup is going to be today. I'm just glad, I should say, that Bastion is back. Now, I would have loved to hope to see a Chicago Fire victory, and I am going to predict a 2-1 victory for the Chicago Fire. I would not be surprised if it ended in a draw, but it sure as hell should not end up in a loss if we need to get ourselves into the playoffs and have a home tie in the wild card. So, hoping for a win, no worse than a draw. Please, boys, no worse than a draw. So with that, let's go out to Toyota Park and see how the match goes. Along the back line in the 6-yard area. Nikolic kicks the ball up into the back of the net. It goes 1-0 to the Fire. Let's go, boys.
kickoff.
Can't say I'm all that satisfied about that match. I'm very disappointed in it, but at the same time, given the opponent, not at all that surprised. It ended 1-1, and it was nice to get the goal early. Let's be honest here. Getting the goal within the first 10 minutes, absolutely glorious. Nikolic adding to his tally, 21st goal of the season now for him, so congrats to him on that. But after about the 30-minute mark, the offensive bite just kind of withered away. There wasn't the spark anymore of the fire, and we were just playing content to hold on to this lead, and it ultimately cost us as 3 minutes from time. David Villa getting himself a goal. He was hanging on the back shoulder of his defender. The ball played through. There were lots of calls around me asking for offside, but he was onside, if only just, because I was right in line with where he was and where the back line was. So he was onside, sad to say, and Matt Lampson coming off his line and then going to ground thinking that he was going to get the ball. David Villa was going to have a heavy touch and get the ball, but no, David Villa, light touch, pulls it back, goes to the side of him, takes a shot into the back of the net, it goes, and it's 1-1. After that point in time, Chicago Fire just lost all sense of want of possession of the ball. New York had them a little bit of an advantage in that first half, but in the second half it was very, very obvious that they had all the possession, they had all the shots, all the attacking chances. Chicago Fire was only able to muster, I think, 2 more shots total in the second half compared to the first half where they got about 5 or 6. And ultimately, we come away with a point, and we were very lucky to come away with this point. The want of getting ourselves that first round bye is gone. That's New York's now at this point in time, or Atlanta if Atlanta can somehow surpass them in terms of points. But right now, we cannot get ourselves a first round bye anymore. It's all about playing for positioning. It's all about playing for home field advantage in that one-shot knockout round of the wild card, where as we're sitting right now in 4th place, if we do end up in 4th place, we get to take on Columbus Crew. But like I said, home field advantage helps out immensely, and that should be a good match if, in fact, it does end up like that. We still got 2 more matches, though, against Philly in 2 weeks at home. That's going to be our last home regular season match, and then the week after that, it's going to be against Houston Dynamo at Houston. A couple more notes from that match that we just saw today. Bastian Schweinsteiger, David Accam coming back from injury. They were largely ineffectual. In fact, David Accam being subbed on and then being subbed off after about 50 minutes of playtime. Yeah, he just didn't do much of anything. And Michael DeLue, unfortunately, coming off with injury at that 30-minute mark, couldn't put any weight on his left leg, so got to watch out what the injury report is going to say about him, but we cannot have any sort of injuries going into this playoff push. We cannot afford injuries at this point in time, so hope it's nothing serious. Maybe it's just a stinger. We got to hope that it's not any sort of ligament tear or broken bones. That's the whole thing. But yeah, guys, next home game, last home match of the regular season against Philly on October 15th. Hope to see you guys then. And who knows, if we get 2 wins against Philly and against Houston, could be seeing some home playoff vlogs. So hope to see you guys then. Anyway, I've been Gendo, and this has been our Chicago Fire vlog. Take care, peace out, and see you in 2 weeks.